Welcome back, everybody. And thank you for joining us here on behalf of the town of Taos, the Taos Sports Alliance, and TaosSports.com. Welcome to the showcase for the Taos Echo Park, sponsored by the town of Taos and the Taos Sports Alliance, and of course TaosSports.com. Here is a premier venue where we have the NCAA Division I, Division II teams come out and play some soccer in a round-robin format. On the field right now is Fort Lewis University against the Rio Vista team. It's a club soccer team from Albuquerque, New Mexico. And, of course, this is a very short break. That's why we're back on the air very quickly here, as the weather has taken a little turn here. It's gotten a little bit colder on us. I have Joel Israel, one of the founders, and, of course, doing some play-by-play with me today. And, Joel, thank you, and welcome to the show.
Thank you, Rudy. Hello to all the listeners and viewers out there right now. Yeah, it's gotten a little bit colder. A little bit of a snow flurry, but it just makes it that much more fun.
And talking earlier with McKenna Kimball from the Air Force Academy, I gave her a point question about if this sport is an all-weather sport, and she said absolutely. They just want to get out here and play the game of soccer. We're in the second half, though, and Joel, this has been a pretty interesting game thus far. In that first half of play, we saw Fort Collins and Rio pretty much evenly matched at this point. Nothing, going in either direction. It is a 1-0 game, though, and I don't know who scored that. We came out the break, and there was a score scored here, but we don't know who made the goal.
I didn't see it myself. Just walked off from taking a break. So it looks as if either a scorekeeper error or we just missed that goal. So apologies to those folks watching.
So right now, as we'll try to find that information for you here in a couple of minutes, and the Rio team still under control here with the ball on the field, and it has gone to some of the players earlier on, and they were talking about being on the field. It felt like they were in slow motion in some instances because of the wind was so high. And Joel and I made some comments about the play on the field in terms of the wind having some problems with the ball. The ball gets a little bit elevated in the air. It's going to take a different direction, Joel.
Absolutely. In fact, the ball gets hard as it gets colder. And these ladies have played a game already today, so they're a little leg weary, I imagine, by now. And, your body temperature keeps up as you're moving around out there, but the ball's a little bit hard, a little bit more difficult to push around, and I'm certain by now their lungs and legs are...
heavy.
They get a little heavy. This is the last game for Fort Lewis for their spring season, so it's probably been a long spring season and definitely a long day for them. So kudos to them for sticking it out.
Absolutely, and now the teams on the field are doing very well right now. Still a 1-0 game here. Got 27 minutes left in the second half of play here, and it's the final period. Actually, and they only play a couple of halves here in this particular round-robin exhibitions. And actually, some of these teams are in their season right now. A couple of teams finished their season here in Taos, and it's been that kind. We had a couple of teams here today that came into this field undefeated.
Absolutely. Highlands was undefeated coming to this point, and they did lose their last game to Air Force. Air Force came in undefeated and tied one and won their final game against Highlands, so they leave Taos as an undefeated spring season.
And of course, on the field right now, Fort Lewis College, the Lady Skyhawks against the Rio Vista club team from Albuquerque. So nice play. Still getting a couple of snow flurries coming from the south, but it doesn't seem like it's going to let up any, and we're just going to deal with it right now.
Oh, yeah. This makes it that much more of an atmosphere.
A lot more difficult to play in this kind of weather, but I think the challenge is for the ladies, and they're up for it. Let me tell you, they're really going after it out there right now. Fort Lewis College on the right wing looking to get something in the box. There's a shot in the box, nothing there. We're looking for a header there. And there's possibly, nope, that'll go out of bounds. It looked like one of the Fort Lewis Collins girls, Laura Riley, had gotten it off her hand, but apparently they just call it out of bounds and they'll give it over to Rio Vista. So Rio Vista with the ball right now, and then Fort Lewis College with the control. They'll get it on the right side to Allison Newitz, and she loses it, and it's stolen away. And here comes Rio Vista, nothing there, and that will go all the way back, and goalie will get it just at the last second, just on the left side of the box.
Goalkeeper was quick off her line, which is really smart, especially in play like this when you're looking for those breakaways. The goalkeeper needs to keep alert.
And that was a nice kick by the goalkeeper, almost went the length of the half of the field, and if you kick it from the other direction, it doesn't go very far because of the wind. So here comes Fort Lewis College trying to save it to their goalie, and they do just that.
Header back to the goalkeeper. She's allowed to touch the ball with her hands if her own player heads the ball back to her, but of course if the player on her own side kicks the ball back to her, she's not allowed to touch it with her hands. So for those watching, that's the rule.
And here comes the Lady Skyhawks on the right side. This is dangerous, and they'll get an opportunity at a breakaway here. And then looks like it was a takedown. No whistle, though. And play continues, and then the ball will roll, and the goalie will pick it up. I'm sure that she'll dribble it out.
You know, one interesting thing is that usually in a situation like this, if your team's tired and you're weary, you bunker down and you play defense and then you counter when you can. It looks like both teams have two up top and they're still attacking. So that's really good to see. A lot of good movement right now by Rio out to the right side, and let's see if something happens here. A little bit wide.
Nice shot there by the Rio team, and the goalie for the Fort Lewis team, Amanda Arasso, will get it out of here. He's going to put it on the field and kick it from there. Let's see what she can put on it. Nice kick there. And headed out. Two headers. And then Fort Lewis on the left side will bring it back up. And here comes the Fort Lewis team trying to do something with it on the left wing, and backed out to them, and then it's kicked away, and Fort Lewis gets the steal, goes to the left side, and then it goes out of bounds. Well, they're going to keep it in bounds. Fort Lewis trying to get something to happen. They're a little kick out here to the forward, then they're going to back it up to the midfielder. Midfielder will send it packing down the line. Goes all the way to the goalkeeper. Rio Vista will clear it. And there's the kick. Back the other direction. 22 minutes and ticking. Away by the goalkeeper from Rio Vista.
He said he started short 0-0 still.
We just got confirmation, Rudy, that it is a 0-0 game. So, scorekeeper's a little bit cold. Maybe finger twitching, who knows?
I think if anybody's twitching, it's me and you right now.
We're facing into the wind, so it's not easy, but it's a lot of fun out here. This is, fun, as in interesting.
Indeed, and it's always a good time when you get a chance to see any college team play some soccer, and that's what we've been treated to today with Air Force Academy, Highlands University, Fort Lewis College, and it doesn't get any better than that. Adams State Lady Grizzlies also on the field early on this morning, and they picked up a nice win, 3-1 over one of the club teams that have shown up today. And this hasn't gotten any better, and it's going to get better as we will continue this next week with the men's part of this opening.
Yeah, the first game today was Adams State women's. Adams State College, the women's team playing against New Mexico Rush 96. We had 16-year-olds playing against college-age women. So it was definitely a challenge from the get-go. The Adams State women's team did a great job. Definitely took advantage of their opportunities. when they had them in the first half, gained a 3-0 advantage, and then Zoe Hensley from the New Mexico Rush squad was able to put one in the back of the net, but just not enough. Adams State dominated the team in the game. Fort Lewis is going to put one in the back of the net, just a matter of time.
Yep, it looks that way to me. There's the corner kick. They love doing that thing. And just off the mark, and I think the wind had a little bit to do with that one. They'll re-kick it from that side, and I think one of the umpires or referees down there decided to call it back. It was premature. He wasn't ready for it. Now here comes the corner kick again. It's a beauty, and it could be a header. Nothing there. And here comes Rio Vista trying to come out of there with it, and again, controlled by Fort Lewis College. And there's another shot, and that's going to float all the way to the back of the goal.
Fantastic opportunity there. I mean, we had a shot from 40 yards distance, nearly went in the upper 90. That's just one of those things where you take a shot, you put all your power into it, you hope it goes into the net, and the keeper had the frame covered, frankly.
Those kind of shots, in my experience, can be very deceiving sometimes, especially with the wind. Could take an awful long time to get there, and it could fake you, and it goes into the back of the net. So here comes Fort Lewis again, continuing to dominate with this possession of the ball. And here again, right in the middle, nice pass, and it'll back it out. There's somebody open. Oh, just missed that pass as the wing was just taking that corner, and then it gets kicked out of bounds. Stays. Oh, that will go with Rio Vista. And here we go again with a little bit of that snow.
Snow's falling a little bit harder now, but game pace has really picked up. Fort Lewis is really bringing it to Rio. Rio's having a tough time getting it past midfield, and I think the experience of these Fort Lewis players is really shining through at the moment.
Again, Rio gets the ball here on the inbound, and they will retain it. They'll try to move it to the right side of the field. They'll get the midfielder to try to get it up to that forward. Nothing there, and it's again stolen away by Fort Lewis College. And here comes the Fort Lewis Lady Skyhawks. And that one will roll all the way to the goalie. And now the snow has intensified, and here comes Rio Vista again, and then again stolen away by Fort Lewis. And that will go back to the goalie once again.
The keeper's definitely keeping Rio in this game, especially in the last 20 minutes, this half meeting. So she's got a good leg, it looks like, that's for sure.
She got it out there. And now the wind has changed directions on us as the snow going in the other direction now.
This is a little bit obscure. A nice cross there by Rio, getting their one opportunity on a counter. And a quick throw by the keeper from the Skyhawks. Looks as if they're going to be going forward and trying a counter of their own.
So on the left wing and into the box it goes, and there's a shot. Yeah, it's blocked again by the goalie.
Keeper out of her mind right now. I mean, fantastic play by her.
3 saves in a row for the goalie for the Rio team. Amazing. And here comes another shot, and just off the mark, off the header. Rio Vista, and then cleared out this way, and then headed back the other direction. And then stolen away once again by Fort Lewis College, and controlled on this side to get it to the right side. And on the wing, go down here. We're looking for it. Looked like that was off one of the hands, and there's a shot. And here it goes, just taken away just as the kick was ready to take off.
Great angle by the defender, saving the shot, and I'm sure the keeper says, hey, that's enough now. We really don't need any more great saves. I've proven myself already.
So again, Fort Lewis College off a corner kick, or is it going to be an inbound? It looks like it's going to be an inbound. They'll inbound it on the corner and look for something in the box. Nope, and then it's kicked away again.
Fort Lewis keeping possession. It seems like it's been the mantra of this half of this team. Let's keep possession, and it's really tough to defend when you're Rio right now. You're at the end of the second half of your second game. You've been chasing all half, and fortunately for them, the keepers kept them in the game.
And again, in the middle in the box. Another opportunity off the header and kicked out of bounds by the Rio team. And again, Fort Lewis continuing to dominate the possession on their side of the field on the offense. And as Joel mentioned earlier, just a matter of time here before these Fort Lewis Lady Skyhawks are going to get something in the back of that net.
It could be that, Rudy, and you never know.
You never know in soccer, that's for sure.
At the same time, you never know when Rio's going to counter, and it could go 1-0 the other direction. We've got 10 minutes, and it looks like the Skyhawks are at least going to pull out a draw if the momentum keeps going this way, or possibly put one in the back of the net for a victory.
Joel, the final game of the afternoon is going to be featuring some boys soccer. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, that's going to be the Adams State men's soccer team versus Rio Vista 94, and that's the 18-year-old boys. So it'll be a similar situation where we have an NCAA team playing a club team from Albuquerque, and there's a goal.
There's a goal. There it is. The header off one of the lady, and it looked like it was Lauren Riley on the left side, it looked like to me. I could be wrong, but nonetheless, Fort Lewis College picks up a goal here, and they still have the other goal listed up there. It's 1-0 as far as we know. So Fort Lewis on top here, 1-0 with 9:22 and ticking left in the ball game.
We could tell it was just a matter of time. Or at least you had that feeling anyway. You can never really tell in the game, but certainly sitting here, you could tell the momentum was all in Fort Lewis's favor, and the Skyhawks took advantage of that. It was a beautiful cross from the right wing and a wonderful header to put it away past the keeper.
And again, really aggressive play here by Fort Lewis, and nice ball movement and nice dribbling there. As the snow is in spurts here, it comes and goes. Visibility down to, and here comes another opportunity, and there's a shot. Oh, it's a floater. Doesn't get there.
One of those knuckleballs where it hangs up in the air, and it's one of those keeper's worst nightmares. You never really know what it's going to do until it gets into your hands.
And here comes the clear away by Rio Vista. Fort Lewis College with the attack now, and Rio Vista trying to keep possession of this thing, trying to get it on their side of the field to try to get something offensively going for them. And here's the shot, cleared out again. Rio Vista with an opportunity now, and then down goes one of the Rio Vista players, and Fort Lewis back on the attack.
Looks like Fort Lewis is going to try and put this game away rather than just sitting on the ball. End their preseason with a flourish here.
And yep.
And you know, I mean, kudos to them. They could easily sit back, but they're really putting on a show for the crowd.
And the ball will rotate all the way down and picked up by the goalie for Fort Lewis, and she'll send it out quickly. She'll get it out into Mancha, and Mancha will try to do something with it. She'll go to the middle of the field and go to the left side. They'll cross field it, and Rio Vista will come up with the steal, and they're looking for one of their players, one of the forwards, to do something, and then it's kicked out of bounds there, out of her feet, and it'll go out of bounds, but Rio Vista will keep possession on their side of the field, and then they can make a run here as it is down to 7 minutes left in this particular ball game, and Fort Lewis College doing their thing, trying to get control again. Give and go there for one of the ladies, and the Skyhawks again on their side of the field on the offense.
And the wind has switched yet again. You know, having said that, it's hard to say which end the wind is given advantage to, which team. One thing I know is that Rio's not quitting. They've got a lot of heart. Certainly, it's very obvious they want an equalizer, and they're going to push forward definitely in the next 5 minutes to try and get that.
So again, Rio Vista and the Fort Lewis College Lady Skyhawks doing battle right now. 6 minutes, 13 ticks, and ticking away. So a player change now for Rio Vista, and the Lady Skyhawks from Fort Lewis College will inbound it here.
wire across my neck. I'm having a neck burn for that one.
Indeed. So again, the Fort Lewis Lady Skyhawks up on top here, 1-0, as they continue to dominate the possession of the ball right now, all the way down the left side, and this is a dangerous area for the Rio Vista team, and there's a shot just blocked out of there, and another shot, and that's a floater, and that will go out of bounds.
Kudos once again to the Rio back line. They're really holding their own. So the back line and the keeper are really keeping Rio in this game.
So here we go as the goalie for Rio Vista will clear this thing away. And a nice kick, a header, 2 headers, and a kick, and controlled by Fort Lewis. And here comes off the left side again. This is where they scored last time. And into the box we go, and it just blocked out of there. Again, here comes Fort Lewis on the left side again. They're going to try the same thing in succession, but doesn't happen, and this will be controlled by the Rio Vista team. They'll get it way down here, and that will probably and will be out of bounds, and quickly inbounds they go.
Interesting, the quick throw, and it just proves that Fort Lewis isn't sitting back, wasting time. Really going for that second and clinching goal. It impresses me. You know, I mean, you've been through a long season, a spring season, and you're in the last game last moments of 2 games in the day after a long season, and they're still moving forward. It's just a testament to certainly their heart, legs, and lungs.
Yeah, absolutely, especially in this kind of weather. Under these conditions, they are playing their hearts out for us. So again, Rio Vista trying to get something happening here late in this ball game as they try to get something inside here. And again, Fort Lewis not having any part of that. They're playing very well, trying to keep the ball, trying to control it. And they do just that, and they will clear it out. Here comes the weather from another direction.
Interesting swirling wind, to say the least. And
this time it looks a little darker than it's been.
A little bit challenging, I think is the word.
So 3 minutes left in the ball game. It's a 1-0 lead for Fort Lewis over the Rio Vista club team from Albuquerque.
Well, the wind change has just given Rio maybe a little bit of life. We've got just under 3 minutes left, and if they're going to mount any type of attack, maybe Mother Nature's on their side.
So now the Fort Lewis team trying to keep this thing together for them to see if they can pull out the win, and they will continue to do some passing on the inside, back outside on a give and go, nothing there. And here comes the pass on the right side. Had that wing lady on the forward, didn't get there in time, but she will pick it up, pass it in quickly, and keep the play going here as we're down to about 2 minutes left in the game. And Fort Lewis is going to go ahead and keep this on the outside, trying to put a play together to try to get this thing into the goal. So there they come on the right side, stolen away, and then some battling going on. Then a penalty here off a push off the back, it looks apparently, and Rio Vista will get it back here with 1:48 left.
Yeah, that's tough. Fort Lewis, the Skyhawks giving up a free kick to Rio, giving them an opportunity to gain possession, which they do here for the moment anyway. And the Skyhawks come back, not allowing that. They say not today. No, sorry.
Nice analysis, Joel. I like that. And then the ball is quickly this way with Rio, and then there's an open, and it's going to be, let's see if we don't get an offsides here. It's going to be a nice pass on the inside. Could be a possible something. And then it's cleared out quickly. Fort Lewis with the pass on a give and go. That was beautifully done. And then they will kick this one on the other side. And that helps the clock run a little bit. That was unintentional, but nonetheless, if you kick it that far, it'll make the clock run a little bit.
Well, just as we said a moment ago, it was the free kick that gave Rio a little bit of momentum there and looked a very dangerous opportunity there on the left side. A little bit behind as far as the pass. Otherwise, maybe Rio could have put the equalizer in the back of the net. Just under a minute now. I think that might have been their last opportunity. But heck of an effort there, really. Girls didn't quit.
Oh, thank you. So here we go again. The final seconds of this game here between the Fort Lewis.
And a box.
Oh, and then a
There's the
score at
equalizer.
the end. 16 seconds, Joel.
Just as I said, you don't want to give the opportunity to the other team, and Rio equalizes with 15 seconds left. What a fantastic game this has been.
Hi, everyone.
In the snow, that was really a fantastic goal.
Definitely was. Let me tell you, this has been an experience today. Here at the end of the game, the Rio Vista comes out and scores a goal as the game was about to finish. So we got a tie here, 1-1.
Fantastic game. Adams State passing us just now. They're going to give us a good show in the snow.